Hello. We are playing Poliwag today. So, the inspiration for playing Poliwag on stream is just that I've gotten very close to a sub 40 time on a couple of occasions now. And I thought, well, why not go for sub 40 on stream since I have a little bit of time to do it, thanks to my mother-in-law, grandma, coming over and helping watch the kids. You may see or hear the kids in the background a little bit. Maybe, I'm not sure, but the mic shouldn't pick it up too much, I'm hoping. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm a dad of two. I got a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old that make lots of noise, and they're great. But we've got about 2 hours here to run some Poliwag attempts. And hello, fire marbles, welcome. Okay, let's go. By the way, quick look at the splits. You see this? 40-10 is my best time. Now it is, I think, a little harder to play on stream, but I've gotten close enough times that I want to give it a go because I think it'd be pretty cool if we hit it. By the way, if we hit sub 40 today, and I should be able to have time to do at least 2 full attempts that get like out of the early game. If we do get sub 40 today, I'll put it on the tier list as if it was a produced video because it will have, earned it at that point. Okay, let's go. Hello, Summer. Thank you for being here. All right, let's do this thing. I am waiting to get confirmation that it's recording. Oh, 1 second. Replay started. Okay, let's go. Poliwag, by the way, has not the easiest time with the rival battle in the lab, hilariously. Poliwag is by far the best Pokemon to struggle with the lab battle. The early game is actually pretty brutal because the late game is fantastic. Hello, Joseph Ixon. Welcome. Good to see familiar faces in the chat. Yeah, here we go. We might have to try the lab battle a number of times before we win it because we only start with Bubble, which is quite good for Brock, but it's not good against the Eevee. The Eevee has kind of terrifying stats for us to go up against. It has decent special for a Pokemon that like doesn't attack with any special moves. So it's like got good special defense. I guess we could consider it. So Bubble with only 20 base power, hitting for 30 effective base power is just not very good. We already outspeed because we're quite quick, so the secondary effect of Bubble is not really doing us any favors in the lab either. So this is just a matter of getting lucky here. Like we need him to like miss tackles, miss tail whips, or like just do things in the wrong order, like tackle us a couple times and then spam tail whip once we're low health, that kind of thing. So it's doable, but it may take us a handful of attempts or so. Happy birthday, Joseph. All right. I think the odds are probably about 20 to 25% or something. So it's not awful. We'll probably spend somewhere between 2 and 5 minutes resetting at the lab. But it is what it is. Brock is not risky, so there's that at least. At least we're not grinding for like 10 minutes to try to beat Brock and then we have to restart over and over again. Like, it's not one of those runs, so. You're supposed to go to the actual gym. Why go to the actual gym when you could, to steal Scott's joke, go to the gym 8 times in a single run? 1 health? Oh. Jokes aside, taking care of yourself is really important. So, you can always catch the VOD. So if you don't catch it live, that's cool. Catch the VOD later. It'll be just fine. Not that I don't love the company, but hey, real life stuff beckons. I'm a dad. Even when I wasn't a dad, I understand that like there's things you want to do. You got to take care of yourself. You got to go to the gym, got to eat, got to do things, for yourself, sleep, right? There are lots of important things to do in life. This is kind of a fun little escape. So, No worries if you have to dip out and go to the gym. Yeah, exactly. You can't troll me. You can't troll me on the VOD. Well, you can actually. You can still put comments to troll me. You just won't get the live reaction. You'll get a delayed reaction. Oh my god, 2 missed tackles and we have beaten the rival. Look at that. We're so good. Let's go, Poliwag. All right, off to the races. This is my first run of the day, by the way. I played some yesterday, so I actually took about a week off of playing, which is very abnormal for me. I normally play every day or close to every day. But I took about a week off, and yesterday was my first day playing again. And definitely things felt a little bit, I don't know, felt a little sloppy. But I played 2 runs, and by the second run yesterday, I felt like I was playing quite well. So it's like riding a bike. It's really not too bad to pick it up again. My headset volume's too loud. Oh, there we go. Gosh, I'm blasting music in my own ears. As much as I love the Pokemon music, I don't need to hear it at like 11 decibels. Wait, I don't even know if that's a lot of decibels. What are the decibel levels? That's a lot, right? Someone who knows about sound can tell me. Inventory management's pretty good. The funny thing about inventory management is that it is very much like an effort and repetition thing. And it also matters a lot specific to the Pokemon that you're playing. So the better the Pokemon that you're playing is, the easier inventory management is. The worse the Pokemon is that you're playing, the harder it is to do inventory management, because you need to pick up things like paralyzed heals or lots of antidotes, or like super potions. Like every additional variable that you're adding to the bag makes it harder to manage it. So I'd say that my inventory management is quite decent with good Pokemon after, 3 to 5 runs, but it's not impressive when I play bad Pokemon, because it's difficult to do. It's difficult to do well. By the way, we're going to be healing in the early game more than we'd like, because Bubble, even at 30 PP, it's like quite a lot of PP. We still run out of it just because it's such a weak move and we have to spam it so many times to get through threats. So like, we're going to fight Brock, and then we're going to fight the first 2 trainers on Route 3, and then we're going to be out of Bubble PP, or basically out, and we're going to have to backtrack. Nice. Okay. Brock down. The biggest threat of the early game is coming up soon on Route 3. Not yet. Not this guy. This guy's pretty trivial. But the guy with the Rattata and the Ekans is actually terrifying. So if you noticed, I actually fought 2 of the bug catchers in Viridian Forest and the junior trainer before fighting Brock. It's not for Brock. We could actually beat Brock on minimum battles most of the time without too much problem. We did that because this next trainer, if you don't get to level 15 for the Ekans and get a 4-shot on it with Bubble, you're just very likely to get wrecked. So this is a place we could actually lose the run right here. It's like a 4-shot on the Rattata. Look, we're down to 12 health, now 14 after the level up. And the Ekans could get us. This is a range for a 4-hit or a 5-hit. We got a missed wrap there. So like, do you see how incredibly close that was? And we also used our last Bubble PP there. So if you don't do the extra training there in the forest, you will just almost always lose there. But we're off and running. Jared, yes, very good. Glad to have you here. I really like this kind of content in the background too. When I'm like cleaning or doing some laundry or dishes or whatever, like, yeah, it's nice to have this kind of thing on in the background. You can hear what's going on and follow along when you know Gen 1 really well. And then especially if there's like some hype moments, or you're going to fight a challenging trainer, then you just kind of you pay more attention during the hype moments, right? So I think it translates very well to background listening. I know, like, for Scott's Thought stuff, I'm usually watching it with like full attention the first time, but then if I just like, you know, I'm doing chores or something, I'll throw on a classic. You know, I'll just throw on one that I've already listened to before or watched before. Like, oh yeah, I remember that video kind of, and then I'll just throw it on in the background and listen to it and follow along that way. I think, oh, I couldn't remember how much health I had, so I just opened up the inventory there. All right. We don't have great damage ranges here, but we also, like, because we have the medium slow growth rate, we're out leveling to a point where we're not too worried about this battle either. So I remembered water gun. Yeah, only because of the harassment from the community. Seared into my brain after Tentacle. Oh man, very funny. Yeah, first hurdle is done, and then now we have two actual quite large hurdles coming up as well. Misty and the Pecking Goldeen Trader. The Pecking Goldeen Trader is actually scary. No joke. Like, our most damaging move against it is Water Gun. And if we use Bide against her, it's like pretty sketchy because she knows Supersonic and we can hurt ourselves in Confusion. So we really don't have good options against her. I'm just going to be going for Hypnosis and Water Gun. It's not great. We just hope for a lot of sleep and successful hypnosises. This is a good start so far. Okay. Ooh, a crit? Okay. Okay, that was excellent. This takes us up to level 20. We're going to use 2 rare candies here. I'm going to save just in case it goes poorly at the beginning of this fight. Veins, thank you. Thank you for the good luck wishes. Okay. These are short sleeps, but hypnosis is working, so that's the good news. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and Water Gun here. Okay, now we need Bide the Coming Clutch. Oh. Okay, Tackle. Tackle, that's good. Okay, we just need a couple more tackles or a tackle crit. This is fine. Okay, Misty down. Let's go. By the way, those 2 rare candies both help us with the Misty battle, make it more likely that we win. And it also gives us better ranges in the next section of the game. Remember that we are a first stage Pokemon, so like our damage ranges are not particularly good in general. So having Bubble Beam for this next stretch of the game is very important. Like you see, Bubble Beam doesn't even one-shot there, but it will one-shot the Rattata, and it helps give us like a 2-shot or a 2.5 shot on the Eevee, meaning like a 2 to 3 hit range if we don't get the crit there. So like in general, it's just going to be speeding up all these fights quite a bit. Very important to get Bubble Beam for this section of the game. We say for the backtrack to Misty, but I really don't think it ever makes sense to do that. All right, this is going swimmingly so far. No pun intended. That's a range on the Pidgey. We've got a very water Pokemon moveset right now. Bubble Beam, Bubble, Water Gun, all on the set. It's nice that we have Hypnosis too, obviously. Hypnosis is like the secret sauce that's making this all work together. It was extremely Gen 1 when we had Bide on the Learn set too. Check it out. I'm teaching Double Slap. Double Slap is actually useful for Poliwag. I know. We need to erase Hypnosis and Double Slap with Surf and Hydro Pump. So we have the perfect water set. Welcome, Smash Math. Smash Math has been in the chat in the Scott's Thoughts Discord as we've been kind of doing these runs a bit over the last couple weeks. I've done it on and off, but I decided it's ready for prime time. I'm ready to make a push in front of everybody. No! Dang it. Oh, that's really annoying. Is Double Slap better here? Or, oh my gosh, a 5-turn crit just sped that up a lot. Okay. That fight had the potential to be very slow, so definitely a mistake, but glad it didn't end up punishing us too bad. Poliwag is playing better than I am. But yeah, we're doing just fine. I think I am going to use a potion here. It's maybe in an abundance of safety, but Oddish Lass can be a little sketchy. This is why we have Double Slap on the set to begin with, by the way. Absorb does a lot of damage, and Double Slap is only 85% accurate, so... Like, I could Hypnosis the Oddish, but I don't think I really should do that. I think it's better to just kind of power through. Go ahead and use the Ether, because we're skipping the next heal. Meaning we're not going back to the center. We're just going to go straight on and fight the Innocent Bystander Rocket. Yeah, we're not going to do a lot of optional training, by the way, with Poliwag. We're going to do very little optional training, which is why it is possible to get sub-40 with Poliwag, despite having a bit of a slow early game. Most sub-40 Pokemon do not have a really slow early game, like, oh gosh, come on. We're using Hypnosis here because it can Hypnosis us. But then it looks silly when we get a crit Bubble Beam, but it is a 3-hit with Bubble Beam, so it's not like we're without risk there. And the Drowsy actually has quite good special, so if it hits us with a Confusion, we're not exactly shrugging that off either. Like, we can live it, but especially if it hits us with the secondary effect, like, I don't know, it's kind of sketchy. Okay. I am going to risk it here against the Eradicate. We could hypothetically lose here. It's not likely, though. It would probably have to, like, crit a Hyper Fang or something. Okay, and it doesn't. All right, time to go get Body Slam. Body Slam is going to be useful for the grass types in the next section. Our stats aren't great, and we can't boost it because we don't have, like, Amnesia or anything to badge boost yet, but it's still a worthwhile move to have. And a huge upgrade over Double Slap. Okay. Oh, I need to teach Dig. I should do that next when I heal with Poliwag. I guess I don't need to. I think I have enough health. I'll just fight the rival now. We'll teach Dig and Cut at the same time. Okay. Two-shotting the Eevee. Yeah, that's not too bad. All right. We do outspeed, notice. We're at 68 speed right now. It's very important. Another reason why Poliwag is very good is because the growth rate combined with the 90 base speed means that we're outspeeding almost everything in the early game. So even the Raichu at 65 speed, which is very fast at this part of the game, we're at same level and we just barely outspeed it. So pretty good. Teaching Dig and Cut. Another benefit of using those two candies earlier, by the way, we'd be speed tied if we didn't use the candies when we used it. Yeah, I guess you guys can hear the kids in the background. Oh, Thunderbolt is erasure, so we cannot manage to live if we get Thunderbolt there. Okay, but we 3-hit in the case that we don't get erased. So just need a successful Hypnosis there. I think we're on a decent enough pace here. 15 seconds ahead of PB. So the PB of note did not have the best mid game, so hopefully we'll gain time over the mid game, but it did have a very good late game. So we need to at least be like neck and neck with that time by the time we get to the Elite Four, or else we're in big trouble. I'm going to take a quick save here because wrapping last, terrifying. Yeah, that's why we took the quick save. Oh, appreciate that, Jared. Yeah, it's been a point of emphasis for sure, working on bag management. Ever since the Mew race, actually. So for about a year. Now, getting paralyzed on the second one there is not the biggest deal, because then we just have one Pokemon left. And I did buy Paralyze heals. Specifically for this reason. Yeah, one quick reset against the Wrapping Lass, not ideal. You know, we've lost most of our early game lead, but we're still kind of on pace to do just fine. So definitely not worried yet. Basically, we just need to get a clean, relatively clean late game. But as you can see, like this sub-40 grind, like, is not me looking for crazy luck. It's like me looking for decent luck. It also matters where you're taking your resets. Like, we took a couple pretty quick resets against Surge and the Wrapping Lass. That's a lot different than like taking a reset against Misty. Taking a reset against Misty is a tragedy if you lose to the Starmie after like a million turns. Okay, well. We bought antidotes too, so I kind of forgot that they were at the very bottom of my bag. Would have been nice if been nice if I had scrolled down there faster, but it is what it is. I was looking for them. Hello, Perky Penguin. Hello, Convey. Nice to have everyone here. Sorry if I'm not quite as attentive to the chat. I'm definitely in try-hard mode right now. So. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I used my last body slam? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, gosh. Hypnosis missed, and I'm sleeping forever. No. No. I said no because it was terrible, Levi. Do I play this out? This is... See, when I was saying, like, yeah, I'm not worried about it, everybody. This is fine. Now I'm worried about it. This is not good. This is no longer good. I might see what my next split is and then make a determination on, like, whether we play this out. But this is that's an absolutely brutal loss. Like, you see how much overworlding I'm having to do just to get back to where I was. Like, this might be an RIP moment here. I was out of body slams, so normally I would have just body slammed the Oddish directly. But somehow I thought I had one body slam left and I had 0 left. So I had the Hypnosis and Bubble Beam my way through the Oddish. And then I missed the Hypnosis. So it was kind of just a disaster all around there. I am going to play to the next split just to see how far, to see if like there's a path. But I am very skeptical that there's a path. Yeah, well, I have a finite amount of time that I probably only have time for 2 full runs, and at this point I don't know that I have time for like another 2 full runs if I restart from this point, because I'm already like well into the playthrough, right? So that's kind of what I'm considering right now. Oh, I can't actually. I blacked out. I lost half my money. Yeah, this is not great. This is not a great situation to be in. Do I restart? Sick. That's usually not KOing, by the way. But I should have gone with water gun. Yeah, like it is somewhat advantageous to get practice, like Perky is saying. I almost used the super repel, but I need to get the like the bag management in the mid game is harder than the bag management in the beginning, because the bag management in the beginning is what you're doing all the time, right? So it's probably not the worst thing for me to just go ahead and complete this run. So that my hands are warm to do it again in the next run. Also, if I have a 0 reset run from here on out, it still might be possible. So I can play a little riskier too. Nice crit there. Ooh. Oh my gosh. I almost lost the run. Okay, 1 minute and 13 seconds behind. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. I think we just don't save, and then we just kind of play until we lose. That's one way to either gain back time or make sure that we reset. I think that's a reasonable approach. It's like we're nuzlocking now, everybody. I often do this even when I'm not streaming, by the way. Like, if things aren't going well, I think it can make some sense to just start playing very risky. Okay. Body Slam is better against the Meowth, and then of course Psychic is better against Arbok and Weezing. Wow. All right. Crit Sludge. I guess that run was not meant to be. Weezing doesn't even have an especially good crit rate. All right. Back to it. Next. Go next. Back to fighting the rival in the lab. I didn't want to give people the impression, by the way, that I have to leave imminently. I've got about another hour and a half. So we have time. But if you figure it's a 40-minute run, an hour and a half means that, like, you basically don't have time for restarting over and over again the first 15 minutes. You know, there's not really room to do that. If I had noticed that I was down to like 0 body slams for that particular section, I would have chosen to save before that battle, because we were on a decent pace. But obviously taking a blackout is very, very punishing. Yeah, dude, sometimes the game just wins, you know? Sometimes you win the game, and other times the game wins you. Start blackout training? against the lab battle rival. That's what we're doing. We are Blackout grinding for luck. Oh, D1D, I just saw your question. Yes, both my kids are boys. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. So it's mayhem around the house. It's great. There are it's high energy. I can tell you that. My 3-year-old's my little partner in crime. We do a lot of stuff together. He goes and plays disc golf with me. We go on errands together. We're buddies. And the 1-year-old, he's getting there. He's starting to want to be involved in everything. He's the one where I like can't do any chores, or he's on top of me. Like if I'm doing the dishes, he wants to do the dishes with me. He's like, "I'm in, Dad. Let's do the dishes." He's super into it. Anything I'm doing, he just kind of follows me around and wants to be involved. I don't know how many of you are parents out there, but it's funny. It's like once you're a parent, someone asks you any question about your kids and you're like, "Oh yeah, I can talk about my kids. Like I can give you 10, 20 minutes on my kids." It's like having a pet, but like the next level up. You know, it's like no one gets tired of talking about their kids or their pets. My 3-year-old was on stream at some point. He just like wanted to be around. Well, I know you're married, D1D, so you know that's a choice. You could join the party. The weather's fine. Having a kid is honestly like everyone tells you about how much work it is. I don't think enough people tell you how rewarding it is. It's very rewarding being a parent. Not that it isn't tough, it is, but it's very very fulfilling. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's like an individual decision for everybody. But unsolicited advice out there, which is if you're on the fence, yeah, it's worth it. Need a bigger house before you can have kids. Yeah, I understand that. I bought a starter home for myself right around the time that I started dating my wife, so she wasn't like involved in that process. Like I had just bought the house before we met, and so like it was a nice little house. It was like 1,500 square feet. I liked it. Oh, we got a couple missed tail whips there. That's very good for our winning chances. We just need to dodge a tackle here. Nice, we did it. And I was like, that'll be fine for like our first kid, and then maybe we can find another one. And I talked to my wife during marriage counseling, and she's just like premarital counseling, I should say. Like before we got married, we met with my pastor and his wife, and we were just talking about like plans for when we got married and like what our expectations were going in. I think it's a really good idea, actually, premarital counseling, because a lot of things came out of that. And one of those things was that she wanted to get a new house before we started having kids. She's like, yeah, we got to get a bigger house. Like, and I want to pick it out too. Like, it's like, oh, right. It was my house. You moved into my house. It doesn't feel like your house. It needs to feel like our house, you know? So, that was an important step for us before we had kids, was getting a house that we were comfortable. Yeah, we finally made it through the lab. Yes, this is the run. I hope this is the run. That would be great if this was the run. Yeah, 1,000 square foot feels fine if you're a bachelor. It even feels okay if you're like with someone else and you're not hosting anyone. But more than 2 people, 1,000 square feet is going to feel very tight. All right, we're doing it. This section at least is not stressful. It's really easy up until the one guy on Route 3, and then it's easy again after that until we get to the Misty section. Yeah, actually, my house never felt small to me, even when my 1,500 square foot house. It never felt small, even when I had a roommate, and like my roommate and his girlfriend were living there. And so we had 4 people there in the 1,500 square foot house for a while. It still didn't feel small until COVID. And then we were at home all the time, and then it felt tiny. I used to be out and about a lot. Go to the gym after work, not get home until pick up dinner on the way home, not get home until like 7:30, 8 o'clock. You know, it's whatever. If you're not in the house very much, it doesn't matter if it's small. If you're in the house a lot, definitely you feel it. Oh yeah, that's true too. Interest rates are not as advantageous anymore. They were more advantageous 5 years ago or so. Okay, my fingers are moving slow because I was thinking about our conversation instead of thinking about the run. Come on, lock in. This is Poliwag. Oh, that's so sad, Jared. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's true. That's just that's rough. Yeah, it feels smaller when it's like prices are higher, interest rates are higher. It feels like you're stuck, and then it feels even more expensive. That totally makes sense. It's just kind of a sad state of affairs. But that's where we're at right now. Ooh, that was a really good crit. And I think I got a good damage range on that crit too. Oh, nice. Okay. That was a really good fight there. We are favored, but it's definitely possible to lose it. Remember, it was quite close last time. So it feels good to get through there comfortably. Yep, we got past the first big hurdle since the rival in the lab. Have time for Zealous Pond mortgage advice. Unfortunately, I don't know that I have good advice for everybody. I'm just kind of yeah. It's like just empathizing, I think. It's just like if you bought at the right time a few years ago when housing prices were lower and interest rates were low, it felt really good, and now it feels much less good. I don't need that. I just need water gun. My 1-year-old yelling no in the background, one of his favorite words. He likes no, he likes more. He and my 3-year-old, they play with each other quite nicely a lot of times, but then they also get like territorial about toys. Start yelling no at each other, stealing toys from each other, you know. Yep, let's keep the good luck going. Oh. That's not what I want. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're fine. Water gun got disabled. Slowed us down a little bit, but not a big deal. We didn't take really any damage, so. Right. Hopefully we do have antidotes. We'll use a potion and an antidote here. Team Rocket is scary for some first stage Pokemon here. Not that scary for Poliwag, though. It's scarier if you're a physical attacker, especially because the Meowth likes to hit with Growl. But if we get growled, we don't care about that. We're using water gun. Although we did lose to Team Rocket in the tower, so we can't totally disrespect Team Rocket in this run. Team Rocket is sometimes a threat. Our stats just aren't very good. They get made up for because we just have a really good growth rate and an incredible learn set. So that goes a long way, obviously. All right, let's go. Big hurdle here, even though it didn't look like it last time. Because if you get confused and start hitting yourself in confusion, it can go south in a hurry. That's why we're trying to keep the Goldeen asleep. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it here. Okay, we made it. Alright, I don't think it's worth saving. I'm just gonna skip the save. Let's go. Hypnosis, work please. Okay. Woke up. Stop waking up, please. Please stop waking up. Okay, okay, not too bad. We took 10 damage there. That's doable. Oh, crit. Crit is so bad there. Rip. Okay. We were hoping it was the run, but it was not the run. Maybe this one is the run. Hope springs eternal. Like, the reason I saved previously against Misty is because it can make sense, like, if it goes really poorly against Staryu at the beginning, to take a quick, like, 10-second reset. I think that's, like, kind of acceptable. But in this case, we got to the Starmie. And I think if you get to the Starmie and if you lose to the Starmie, it's just such a slow reset, and you're early enough in the run, it just never makes sense to take a reset there or a blackout. I think you just take the L. Restart the run. Exactly. Back to the hardest. Poliwag is favored in every other fight, except for the lab fight. Now, it doesn't mean there isn't risk. Obviously, there's plenty of risk in other fights, but the only unfavored fight is the lab battle. So, funny enough, yes, it is the hardest. I wonder if there are other Pokemon where the hardest fight is the lab battle. I'm sure that's got to be true. But it's not springing to my mind. Maybe some Swords Dance users are like that too. I don't know, like maybe Oddish or something. It's probably true for Oddish. Oddish is pretty bad. Abra. Well, there are some Pokemon where it's just like not gonna happen. That's not what I mean. I mean like of the Pokemon where you would actually like reset for it. You know what I mean? Like with Abra, you're never gonna play for like, oh, I spammed out all my teleports and I won with struggle because I went for 40 consecutive tail whips, right? Like that's not a thing that you're gonna do as a human being. Yeah, I mean like of the Pokemon where you would actually reset to win the lab battle. I don't remember how bad it is for Bulbasaur. I think it was okay for Bulbasaur, right? I think Bulbasaur is using Tackle, so... Ooh, nice. Okay, that wasn't too many resets. Tangela? Yeah, Tangela might be one where you... That's probably the Pokemon where you would fringe consider it, right? Like, you would have to make a decision, like, is it worth going for the 1% chance to win the lab battle? Like, if you're pushing for a really good PB, you might choose to reset over and over and over again, because you could win with Constrict. It's not that crazy. It's not like Abra. I was talking to Redriosi about this exact battle the other day, actually, funny enough. Tangela's lab battle. Like, it is possible to win in, like, maybe an hour or something. you would probably spend an hour to 2 hours, something like that, resetting to get a win in the lab battle, you know. And for that, you would gain valuable experience towards Brock. So, like, if you were pushing for a really good time and you were very patient, you could consider it. Personally, I think I would just fight the Vaporeon, but I don't particularly like the Pokemon that have to do the really difficult Brock. I don't really like doing that. I've done it before. You've seen it before on this channel, but it's not like my favorite. I prefer to play the Pokemon that have risk at other points. I don't mind Pokemon that struggle in the late game even. Like, I find those kind of interesting. Like Graveler, for instance. Graveler has an awful time against Lorelei and Lance, but does, you know, like quite well in the early game for the most part. I didn't mind playing Graveler at all. I think Graveler's fun to play. Even Brock, it's like it has to train for Brock, but then it's got a pretty consistent Brock once you do the training. Yeah, Tangle Attach Strat would definitely, of course, win the lab battle. Wouldn't even be that difficult to get it to do that. Like I said, it's humanly viable to go for it. It's just, you'd have to be very patient. Jinx with physical moves? Yeah, I don't know. I think Jinx is not too bad, right, for the lab battle. I think it's pretty winnable. I mean, usually it's the Pokemon with really bad stats that have a hard time against Jinx. In Tangela's case, it doesn't have really bad stats, but it only has Constrict, which is the 10 base power move, like non-stab. Very, very weak move. It's just kids screaming mine in the background as grandma tries to mediate. They were playing downstairs before I started streaming, and then like right when I started they came upstairs. So like, oh yeah, we want to play up here. It's like, all right, I guess I'm still gonna do this. We're gonna use 2 potions here. We care about the 4 health. It probably won't matter, but it could. Sub-40 has not happened yet. If sub-40 happened, I would have probably stopped the stream. Oh my god, what was that? That was crazy. What was that luck? I like didn't get hit? What? That was like if that's all you saw, if you didn't see the first time I fought him, you wouldn't understand that I'm training specifically for that fight. You wouldn't understand that I'm like fighting trainers in the forest because of how terrifying he is. Because he didn't do anything. By the way, if you were thinking about finishing with struggle or something, this is why we can't. It's because we learned hypnosis here, so we can't finish Route 3 on struggle. We have to backtrack for more bubble PP. Yeah, exactly, Perky. Like, people are probably thinking, if they didn't see the beginning of this, like, oh, you could just beat that up. You could just beat him at an earlier level. That wouldn't be a problem. Uh-huh. That's not the recipe for a good time. Alright. We fight the hiker. Bubble, by the way, is faster than Water Gun. Not just because it's fewer characters, but it's actually got a faster animation too. So that's why we're keeping it in the top slot for now. I'm sorry, Fire Marbles. Said my kid's sound how he feels. Oh no. Okay, at least it didn't disable Water Gun this time. Oh my god, I trolled myself. Oh no. Okay. I've been screeched a bunch. At least I'm 3 hitting. Oh gosh. That actually got a little sketchy. Like, if we were to lose, that's the recipe, right? Water gun gets disabled, and then you get hit by Screech a bunch of times, and the coffin comes in and wrecks you. Yeah, I could have used Hypnosis. Oh, this is getting a little sketchy as well. Oh, please don't lose this battle. Okay. Okay. It's like, that's not supposed to be the risky part right there. The Super Nerd and Team Rocket. That was supposed to be the easy part. Meowth is so scary. If Ekans leers you, yes. Bite's hitting super hard. Okay. I could also use Bite against the Goldeen. Like, it's not that crazy after you get Tail Whipped. Like, if it was just Peck and Tail Whip, then I think it would be a good strategy. But the problem is that it's not just going to do that. It's going to confuse me, and then I'm going to hit myself very hard in confusion. Okay. We love that X defend on the turn that it could have attacked us. When we don't have any physical moves on the set. Okay. Come on. Be kind to us, Misty. Okay. 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 We did it. Let's go. The run started. Yeah, the 2 crits sped things up a lot. All right, let's go. We're in the run. I love this. Leer's fine. Yeah, we're cooking now, boys and girls. Statistically boys, but there's maybe a girl out there. It's so funny. YouTube actually shows the gender splits, like your metrics. I think Scott's talked about this before too, how he's got a nearly all male audience. Yeah, I think I think that's who's consuming this kind of content. So yeah, if I ever say guys or gentlemen or like this kind of gendered language, there's a reason why I'm using the male gendered language. It's like, okay, I don't, obviously if you're a female and you're here, welcome, you're very welcome here. It's just statistically what YouTube tells me is that it is a very male space. Yeah. I'm doing well, Robert Suddeth. I recognize your handle. It has been a little while. Glad to have you here. Yes, double slap. Perky says, I was in an art class where you were the only male student. Teacher would say, greetings, ladies and Perky. It's funny. Ladies and gentlemen would also be a funny way to do it if you could spell it gentleman instead of gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Poliwag is going, Redriosi. It's going. We had a rather tragic end to our last run. It was kind of death by a couple cuts. The main problem... Uh-oh. I think this is still fine. Bubble Beam for accuracy at the end. The main problem was that we ran out of body slams against the status condition junior trainer, and we missed hypnosis on the Oddish, and then it hit sleep powder and we slept for 7 turns until we lost. And then that was an awful blackout that cost like over a minute in time bleed. And I thought about resetting there, but then I played on and just didn't save and played risky for a while, and then Team Rocket at the top of the tower just absolutely destroyed. It was terrible. Okay, come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Wake up. Sad. We are close enough. We can accept the blackout here. We don't love it though. That was a pretty rough one. Hypnosis hitting would have been pretty important there. Sad. That is a totally different category of blackout though, compared to the one that we had against the status condition junior trainer. That was like a little worse than, it's like a slow reset kind of. Like, it sucks, but it's definitely not a run killer. Polygoat. That's right. Honeydew, how's the fitness journey going? You had the really cool moment in that Scott's Thoughts video in the Mew race. You don't have to share if you don't want to. Okay, let's see. Here. Put the repels, and then teach this. Okay, that was okay inventory management. All right. I am going to be curious what my surge split is. We've definitely lost a little bit of time from the last one from that blackout, but I think we should be in the vicinity, in the range. Shouldn't be terrible. Oh, nice, Honeydew. Honeydew says that he always gains weight during the holidays, and this is the first year he didn't. Well done. Okay, 2 seconds behind PB. That's totally acceptable. That's fine. Lost about 30 seconds from that blackout, which makes sense. That's about what I would have thought. Yeah, we need cut. I was a little slower there because I was thinking about healing, but obviously I don't need to heal. All right, hypnosis, please. Nice. Okay, very good. Weight loss is a marathon, not a sprint. Yes. Slow, steady, consistent progress. Yeah. Yep. I think everyone's had people in their lives where like they were overweight, and then like they make some radical change and drop like 20, 30 pounds, something like that. But it's not sustainable, and then they just end up gaining it back again. It's like, unfortunately, very common. Alright. I skipped the save here. Decided to just go straight for hypnosis, and it worked out pretty nicely. Oh, Miss Stun Spore there is beautiful. We love that. You know, I just realized that because body slams are running low, I should be switching to Bubble Beam or Water Gun when the Oddish is on low health there. because I don't want to end up in a similar situation where I get to the end and I'm fighting the status condition junior trainer and I'm low on body slams. That's not an ideal scenario. I can even probably go for a bubble beam there. That's fine. Like spinning an extra turn against the slowpoke is also okay. I need at least at least 5 body slams. I'm thinking about picking up the extra nugget in the underground as well. Okay, this should be fine. That was a good fight. That was clean movement there. That felt good. Many failed attempts over the years came from doing too much too quickly. Yeah, that makes sense. It only really works if you can sustain it as a lifestyle going forward, right? If it's just like something that's kind of a radical change. Ooh, nice crit. That you can't sustain, then like, yeah, obviously then the gains are going to be temporary as well. I don't speak it from a too much experience. Like I've never been more than about 20 pounds overweight, but even then, you know, I've noticed that, like, yeah, even with 20 pounds, it can come right back. As soon as the habit changes, the weight goes back. I bought the extra nugget because of the blackout, by the way. That reduces my money. When I say bought, I mean I picked up the extra nugget because I want to actually be able to afford the calcium this time. I was supposed to be able to afford a calcium last time, and I couldn't because of the blackout. So it's just a little adjustment on the fly there. Okay, and then we want... There. Okay, this should be good. That was slightly slow inventory management, but we had to think a little more than usual too, so I think it was okay. Water gun there instead of body slam is the safer choice. Ooh, good thing we bought 2 great balls, because it's like 95% to catch Doduo or something when it's injured like that. But 5% of the time that happens. Okay. Here. Then we need to teach fly. And psychic next. Moving 1 space is hard. Alrighty, here we go. This is why we're using Bubble Beam against the Fearow instead of Psychic or Body Slam. Because if it gets mirrored moved back at us, then it's not that scary. Okay, decent rival fight there. Okay, we gained some time in that split. That's nice over the PB. That's very good. We are going to heal here. I'm going to kind of split the difference of risk. Like, I could save there, or I could heal there, or I could do both. I decided to just heal. We'll see if that pays off for me. Okay, it's fine. Little sketchy, but it's okay. Obviously, you can lose any fight when you're hitting yourself in confusion lots of times. And we don't quite one-hit those Ghastly. But it would have taken too many, too many candies or too much optional training to actually, yeah. So, it is what it is. that was not too bad. I think I am going to save before this, though, because weird stuff can happen against this team. Mainly because you can get glared by the Arbok. Getting glared by the Arbok is very sketchy. Most of the time, nothing bad happens, but you saw it when Sludge crit and we got paralyzed. We actually lost last time, so I think the save made sense. We are a bit frail. Sludge does hit very hard. It's a stab move with about 100 effective power, so. Yeah, if we were if the pace was bad, if we were behind playing catch up, then maybe it makes sense to just play risky there and skip the save. But considering things were going well, I don't think it makes sense. Okay. Fighting the biker boss here. We don't have to do very much optional training with Poliwag. Actually, is this the last optional that we fight? I think this is the last optional that we fight. No, that's not true, because we fight the Machoke guy with the rare candy. But yeah, this is nearly the last optional that we fight. I'm just gonna wait until we open up our bag the next time to heal that. Antidote. Oh yeah, it's time for 3 rare candies too. Let's do that. Yes, this is the Scott's Thoughts overlay. I thought I used a repel. Whoops. He said that people can use his overlay. But before I launched my channel, I reached out to him directly and asked, like, hey, do you have any concerns? Do you mind if I he said, yeah, you're welcome to use it. So I am, with permission, using the Scott's Thoughts overlay for these videos, both streams and videos. I think it makes the viewer experience so much better, and it actually makes the playing experience better too. It's more fun to play when you can see all the stuff on the overlay. You very easily see how much PP you have left and like all kinds of stuff. It's very nice. I think it makes it a lot more engaging as a viewer too. Like, you can problem solve better when you have access to all the information. Because after like enough runs, I don't strictly need the overlay anymore, even though I kind of like it. But as a viewer, I'm sure it makes a big difference. Elixir and Surf. All right, Rival 5, go. Let's go. We need Hypnosis to hit. I should say hit and stick. Come on. Okay, there we go. It's a range on the Cloyster, and it's a range on the Magneton. Both of those ranges are made better by the calcium. But that's one of the beautiful things about Amnesia, is like, even when we miss a range, because of the Amnesia setup, like, it helped us tank that Thunderbolt like it was almost nothing. Of course, it's dangerous if we get crit. I think we probably just get one shot if it's a crit. But that's kind of unlucky, right? If we miss a range and then we also get crit, then, you know, there's only so much you can play around, right? Oh yeah, it's also very nice to be able to see the moves on the right side. Very true. That makes a big difference. 6 psychics left. Is that enough? It's kind of an annoying number. Like, we kind of wish we had 7. I think I am just going to heal here. Yeah. because we need to fight Erica next, and it takes 7. So this is actually not technically an optional. This is a flex, but still, yeah, this is part of the minimum battles plan for the rest of the run. The medium slow growth rate is just so fantastic. All right, Koga's next. Now that we have amnesia, it's like nothing can stop us as long as hypnosis is hitting. No, Ghastly's not faster than Poliwag. I don't think so. I think that Poliwag is the best first stage Pokemon. Now, optimal luck, maybe it's faster, because like, I could see that being the case. Like, if you get perfect luck, maybe it's better because the early game is faster. But I don't know. I feel like Poliwag is probably much better on average, or not much better. See, noticeably better, I should say, on average. Okay. Nice. 42 seconds ahead. Let's go. Yeah, Ghastly has good special. Obviously, Giovanni's a problem in yellow. More than red and blue. In yellow, I think that whole line struggles quite a bit with Giovanni. And by struggles, I mean you just have to get very lucky. That was not the cleanest menuing there. But notice that we only have 3 HM users. That's by design. I taught Cut in the second spot for Charmander earlier. And that's actually perfect because now when we teach Strength, Strength is in our top slot. Yes, we picked up Ice Beam earlier, and that's why we don't need Blizzard. Intentional choice to leave that behind. Well, Blizzard's accuracy is quite good. It's better to use a 100% accurate move if you can help it when you're setting up with Amnesia, because you already get the damage ranges you need. You don't want the additional miss chances as well as the crit chances. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay. That was not the start we wanted, getting confused, but hit the hypnosis. Nice. No Hydro Pump, even though it's one of my favorite moves, unfortunately. We just don't need it. All right, we need another hypnosis. There's a lot of hypnosis in this run, unfortunately. All right. Thankfully, we didn't get hit with a flash. So now it should be okay. Yep, we were fine as long as we didn't get crit there. A crit would have deleted us. Yeah, Amnesia is just totally insane in Gen 1. It's wildly good. Like, even when we get the unlucky crit and we bypass it. Oh, hold up. Candies. Even when that happens, our special defense has been raised to +6. So against most of the threats, they're using their special against us in the late game, like especially the Elite Four. So it gives you like a lot of insurance. Giovanni, go. Okay. I think I only needed one Amnesia, by the way. I just kind of set up 2. It's usually the same number of turns because you're 2-shotting the Persian at +2 and 1-shotting it at +4 as long as you don't crit. So it's only like a very, very minor mistake. Okay. Let's save. Every battle we flirt with disaster from here on out, because even if we're favored, if we don't hit Hypnosis at the beginning of the fight, we can lose. Here, we needed +6 to 1-shot the Execute. No. Oh. Yeah, that's the scenario I was talking about earlier, where the lost condition, once you get set up, is like critting into a crit. That's the painful scenario. We crit the Kadabra, then it crit us back. Oh. Pay attention, David. Uh-oh. Supposed to switch. Come on. No. Oh no, I'm falling apart. No, not like this. Uh-oh. Okay, come on. The rival battle is not supposed to be this bad. Okay. The mistake was that I was supposed to use Psychic against Cloyster. Obviously, I served it. And then it confused me. And then things went poorly. I should have gone for Hypnosis and let the counter go out, but... Oof, brutal. Okay, we lost a lot of our time there. Still 26 seconds ahead. So... that encounter happened because we used the Repel before the save. PB still on the table, sub-40 still on the table. We just gotta lock in and play better and get the luck that we need. Oof. Scared. Nope. Okay. That's good. That was pretty clean movement. It's a good way to bounce back from a poor fight, is to just get some confidence back in Victory Road. Oh, thank you, Kirsch. And I apologize again to everybody if I'm not the most attentive to chat. I'm definitely in try-hard mode right now, so you might not know it by looking at the quality of play, but I am in try-hard mode right now, so I haven't always been the most engaged with chat. Thank you for cheering for my success. I see in the chat as well, someone says Gen 1 best gen. Obviously, you know I agree with that. It's been all yellow videos and a couple red videos on my channel. Okay, let's go. Come on, Lorelei. Don't ruin this for us. Okay. She used a lot of rest, which was very nice for us. She doesn't have to do that. There's nothing in her AI making her do that. Surf. A lot of times this is a place where we set up, right? Like, oh yeah, we set up amnesias here. You don't have to do that when you already have amnesia. Please. That's so sad. Oh no. It's going to be close. Even if things go well now, it's going to be close. It's a 2-hit range, by the way. That's why I went for Hypnosis the first time around. Is the run over? I don't know. What was our split on Lorelei? Is it over? It might be over. We're at 38 minutes. "21 seconds, probably over, unfortunately. Obviously, I'm skipping saves here. I could finish the run, but it wasn't going to be anywhere close to a PB. It is what it is. This is the pain of these runs sometimes. Things are going well, and then things tragically don't go well at the end. Sometimes it happens. Yep, this is the journey of it, right? Like, if we just got the PB every time, then it means we're probably not playing a very interesting game, or maybe we weren't playing very well beforehand, right? So, we had an opportunity there, and we hit ourselves a bunch of confusion. Hypnosis didn't hit. I think, actually, Hypnosis is the better play over Psychic. Some people might wonder about that or ask about that. Hypnosis is the more likely path to victory against Lorelei, because 60% chance that we put it to sleep means she doesn't even get a chance to use anything. She's going to use Body Slam, which is going to do a lot of damage, even if it doesn't crit, but especially if it crits. And it could potentially paralyze. Or she's going to use Confuse Ray. Those are the only two moves, because Blizzard and Hydro Pump are both resistant, so she's never going to pick those. So she's alternating between two very powerful, very dangerous moves. And Psychic is not a guarantee to 2-hit. It's a range to 2-hit. So I think Hypnosis was the play. It just didn't work out. We missed Hypnosis a couple times. It is what it is. We hit ourselves in confusion a few times too. Yeah, I'd say that's true. I think that Poliwag is most inconsistent at the beginning and the end, and pretty consistent in the middle. It's like in the middle there are a couple dangerous fights, but in general it's like pretty resilient, pretty likely to win. You do have to hit a couple Hypnosises in the middle, but in general it's pretty good, especially once it gets Amnesia. But then it gets really scary for the last fights. Especially, even though Rival 6 should not have been that bad. Sometimes it is that bad, but it shouldn't be, typically. Okay, this could be a win. We needed to not tackle here. Oh, it missed a tackle. Nice. Alright. This is the last run. There will not be another run after this one. So, when it dies, it dies. Or it ends in triumphant victory. Those are the only options. There is no next run after this one. So, we're here. The good news is I am quite warmed up. I don't feel too tired yet, so I feel like I'm still moving reasonably well. Inventory management has been pretty decent today. I've been on PB pace in both of these runs that got deep. So I do think with any given run, it is quite possible that we could see a PB. I wouldn't have streamed this and said, you know, built up the hype on the thumbnail and all that if I thought that it was a very low chance. Because I don't think it's a very low chance. I think, obviously, it's a low chance when you're in the lab. But I think that with the way that, like, I've internalized this route and with my P being like just 10 seconds over 40 minutes, like 40-10, I think it's very realistic to expect a sub-40 soon. And so I was hoping I'd do it today. If I don't do it today, I don't do it today. But I was hoping for that. So anyway, you get to see some strategies with Poliwag. Although I will say that, like, it's funny, like coughing is a really bad Pokemon, but coughing was more fun to route. Poliwag's not bad to route. Like, it's still kind of interesting, checking to make sure you have ranges and trying to get experience the most efficient way, that kind of thing. But there's not that much to figure out. I mean, for the most part, it's like minimum battles plus the couple of rare candies that almost every Pokemon gets, and then you just kind of, you know, there are a couple choices to be made. I'm not saying it's uninteresting, but it's not nearly as interesting as the routing that I did for coughing. So if you haven't watched that one yet, check that out sometime. Like it's one of my, I think it's my #1 favorite route so far, is that coughing route. But there is something fun about just having a really basic set, not having to figure out a lot, just having like Surf, Psychic, Hypnosis, and Amnesia, and just wrecking everything. That's fun in its own right. All right, off we go. Go ahead, teach Bide because it was at the top. You believe in the 41 or the 4001? No, don't say that. Not the 4001. That would be pretty tragic. That kind of thing has happened to me before, by the way. When I was trying to get sub-hour with Seal, like this was about a year ago, that I was trying really hard to get it and I couldn't get it. I got a time that was literally 1 hour and 1 second. Don't do it to me. Okay. Okay, you saw another close fight there. It was a 3-turn wrap. If it was a 5-turn wrap, we would have lost. yeah, copping was like wildly fun to play. To route out, I should say. Like, it's not the most fun to like grind for Brock, go to level 19, like that kind of thing. It's not the best, but yeah, Seal is pretty cursed. Although I did revisit Seal this year. I don't know if I'm going to turn it into a video or not. We'll see. I might turn it into a versus video at some point. I actually enjoy playing Seal. I like Seal. Oop. Yeah, fun is not necessarily equal to good. That's true. And not just because you're a Magikarp lover, right, Smash Math? Okay. Alright, hopefully no surprises this time. Get to use Water Gun. Hopefully it doesn't get disabled. Alright, this is fine. Just pound it away. No problem. Yeah, some bad Pokemon I think are really not fun at all to play. And then other bad Pokemon can be quite interesting and quite fun to play. Like, Voltorb is an example of a Pokemon that I just thought was miserable to play with. I did not like playing Voltorb. Or Magnemite. Neither of those were fun to play with. Bad first stage electric Pokemon. Just, yeah, no thanks. This is sketchy. Okay. Red bar. Should I keep Red bar for the Peck and Goldeen trainer? What do you think? Yeah, happy birthday to everyone whose birthday it is today. Happy birthday. Okay. That's a long sleep. It's a very long sleep. Nice. Okay, we'll use the potion. We'll use the candies. Peck and Goldeen trainer didn't go wrong, so that's good. Misty always has the potential to go wrong. Ooh, great Staryu. Let's go. Okay, Harden, that's a good start. Oh, it missed a tackle. Ah, that's kind of annoying. Oh, okay, that was good though. Ooh, we did it. We got him. Let's go. We got the Starmie. All right, that was the first major obstacle that could have killed this run. Feels good that that's down. We've got the all water set back by popular demand. All water, almost all water set. We still have Hypnosis. We obviously can't get rid of Hypnosis. That's a mainstay.
Okay, go.
Nice crit there. That's a range. Almost got that one. Although this next little section is mostly on rails. Could hypothetically go wrong somewhere, but it's not likely to. I am going to take the time to heal before this Almost called it a Machop. This Mankey. Mankey's a little bit scary. Especially when it like crits with low kick or uses karate chop or something, but... Alright, goal for this playthrough is to remember against the Wrapping Last to mix in a couple Bubble Beams to finish off the Oddishes. That's in the future, I know, but that I've messed that up consistently today. That's the only thing that I think that I'm aware of that I've been consistently getting wrong. So hopefully we can adjust on that. Rodrigo, see if you're still here. I hope you appreciate that little movement. I talked to the hiker guy instead of letting him talk to me. Waste time. Alright. We're doing it. By the way, in case you're wondering why I kept Bubble instead of Water Gun, it's just because it's doing chip damage and Bubble's faster than Water Gun, marginally. That's why. It'll eventually be 3 psychic moves and 1 water move. That's true. Wow, it goes full circle, doesn't it? I think Bubble Beam does enough from there. Actually, I'm not sure if it would have without the crit, but... We're out of healing items, which is pretty annoying. I think we only have 1 potion left. So, even though I don't want to, we're going to heal before we move on. The risk does not justify avoiding that healing center. Nice. Okay. Much better that time. No Blackout against the innocent bystander rocket. Next big threat is Surge. Gen 1 sleep is really on full display here. Like, it can end your run, or it can be like just crushing everything. Come on. There we go. We're gonna have to do some inventorying here soon. Super potion. Teach this here. Repels. Dig. Okay, that was pretty good inventory management. I'm happy with that. Also, it's worth restating that if Poliwag's growth rate was different, it wouldn't be nearly this good. Like, its late game would still be good. But the reason it's doing so well is because, despite its bad stats, it's able to keep up in the early game without doing too much extra training because its growth rate is keeping it high leveled. It's really important. All right. Now we need a hypnosis. No. I'm so annoyed that I did that. Alright, I have to buy repels. Do not let me forget to buy repels. Please. Please don't forget to buy repels. I need to, like, they're right there. It's not really out of the way. I do have to buy repels. Thunderbolt, we don't have a chance to survive it, by the way. That's just instant erasure. So, okay. We're going to go in and buy more repels here. As soon as we get this. There. Okay, and we'll go ahead and sell that while we're here too. Okay. Yeah, it would be really bad if we had to like hit encounters on the way over there. As it is, it's just a little annoying. I am gonna save here. Thank you everyone in the chat for reminding me to buy repels. Oh shoot, that's right. I was gonna switch to Bubble Beam. Okay, no, this is annoying, but we just wait for growth. It's not worth taking a reset, obviously. It's got a 50-50 to use growth, so. Okay. Off we go. We're going to need more super potions too. I may just do the thing again in the underground path where I pick up the extra nugget just to have enough money to buy super potions. Okay, there we can save a body slam as well. I think we should be in good shape. Stun Spore's annoying. Oh god. Oh, that Bulbasaur is nasty. It's not normally that nasty. I'm just gonna use a full restore. Oh, what am I doing? I almost ran into a trainer. That would have been tragic. Oh, I have one extra repel, don't I? Don't need that. Nugget's the safe play, then I can afford the Great Balls. Yeah, I don't want to be in danger of not being able to like afford things because I was too stingy to pick up the Nugget in the underground path. That would feel quite silly, wouldn't it? Okay, that's fine. All right, no blackouts against her now. That's good. We have successfully navigated that area. I go on the bike through there when I don't really care if I pick up the items or not, but I think it makes sense to go on foot if you really care about getting the items, because sometimes you can waste a lot of time on the bike missing them. Okay, we need to make sure that we pick this up. I forgot that in one run. It was very sad. Sell the repel as well. Yes. Buy calcium. Okay, now we've got plenty of money. Easily enough money to afford everything that we need. We can even buy an extra repel there in case. Okay. Onwards. Survived on a sliver. I forgot to save water gun this time. Well, I don't know if forgot is the right word. I intentionally overwrote Water Gun this time because I wanted Bubbles faster. Then I realized that there is a small problem with that. It's like you don't have it for the Doduo. Did it survive on 1 health? I think the Doduo was on 1 health. What a champ. You go, Doduo. You did great. All right, let's go. Just hoping for a special drop there. Didn't get it, but I guess I didn't need it. I'm a -1, by the way. That's why. Yeah, I got growled, so I was kind of avoiding body slam. All right, we lost a few seconds. I'm not sure where we lost the seconds, but I think we're still totally doing fine. Oh, we had to take an extra heal. I don't know if that would have been it. Okay, good crit. Nice. Did I make a mistake? I don't remember making a mistake. I feel like I've been playing reasonably fast, but yeah, whatever. Sometimes that happens. There's some variance. Oh, that's right. I remember. Wrapping Lass was slow. That's what it was. Got paralyzed by the Wrapping Lass and lost several turns to wrap and stuff like that. Yeah, that can happen. Yeah, slow fights. Also, the Oddish and Bulbasaur trainer was a little bit slow too. That was just a misclick, in case you're wondering. Not intentional to body slam the Weezing for any reason. Where's my antidotes? There. All right. Well, at that point, if you're going to menu that slowly, I should have just healed in the center. But oh god, no. Okay. I couldn't find my bike. Okay, let's go. Lock back in. Notice I'm at 33 right now. The biker boss will actually get me up to 35. It's pretty nutty. It's pretty crazy how much experience he gives. All right. I think the coughings are favorable ranges there. Yeah, here we are, level 35. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. That's actually harder than it looks. It looks like not a lot's going on when you do those level ups. But when you level up and you're teaching a move, and then you have to use the bike right afterwards, it's kind of hard to time all the inputs correctly. That's why you kind of saw me focusing there. Normally when I'm like using a lot of candies, that's a good time for me to look over at my other screen and be like, oh yeah, what's the chat saying? But in this case, I was like, I should probably lock in. Don't want to just like not teach amnesia or something silly. Feels good when you land on exactly 10. Yep, surf time soon. Yep. Correct elements. Also elixir time soon. Elixir, Surf, Heal. Save. Let's go. Rival 5. I split the setup there because the Cloister is less scary. As long as I have at least one Amnesia set up, I can one-shot the Sand Slash, so if it wakes up early, that's the strategy that I'm using. Cloister's locked into Supersonic, so I can actually just spam Hypnosis if I need to, and keep it asleep until I am no longer confused. So I think that strategy makes quite a lot of sense. Let's get rid of the poison. There it is. I have the correct number of Surfs now. Or Psychics, rather. The correct number of Psychics now. For Erica. Alrighty. The 1 calcium, by the way, turns this Weeping Bell from like an 80 or 81% range to a guarantee. One of the small perks about having the 1 calcium earlier. You might not think it matters that much, but ranges like that can certainly matter. Oop. I was actually supposed to have one more, wasn't I? Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, I almost lost to Erica. Oh, that would have been brutal. Holy cow. This is not where we want to heal, by the way, but we're running low on healing items and elixirs and such. Whew. Yeah, I guess it was clutch. Very scary. Here I was saying I had the correct number of psychics, and I was wrong. I was supposed to have 7 psychics. I had 6. Oof. My heart jumped when I got crit there by Mega Drain. I was like, oh no. Okay. All right, Koga, go. We need a Hypnosis to hit here. Good, important. All right. Should be good now. Obviously, things could go wrong if we crit the Venomoth into bad luck, but yeah, in general, it should be totally fine. Clean. Easy Koga. Yeah, that did look like an easy Koga. Remember, he is locked into sleep powder, so if we miss the Hypnosis, it can fall apart in a hurry. But fortunately. Oh. He got stuck on the statue. The statue is actually really weird, by the way. It's taller than it looks. Like, the top part that looks like you could walk around it, you actually can't. Alright, no jump scare eradicate. That's nice. I've been setting up 3 amnesias against Blaine. It's a mistake. I'm supposed to set up 2. So we will correct on that in this run. Arguably, you could say defensively, but really it's only going to matter if we get crit anyway, right? If we're at +4, we're going to be able to tank attacks pretty well, so. Okay, well, let's hope we don't crit. Let's hope we don't crit. Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. We crit the Arcanine and then it went for Reflect. Wow. What a time to be alive. What a thing to experience. It doesn't have good AI either. He could have flamethrowered us, you know? Nice. Nice. The enemies have conspired. They know that they're supposed to be reflecting against us. They're very pensive today. We are fighting the good fight with Poliwag here. We're going to give it our best effort. I don't know. Don't know if we're going to get sub-40. But, by golly. We're trying. Poliwag's trying. It's probably going to come down to the Lorelei again. And then it's not free against the champion either. All right, let's go. Surf immediately to knock out the Dug Trio. And then we're going to set up on the Persian. I feel like I should have mixed in some psychics. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough surfs. I will. I'll have enough surfs. Come on, let's go. Time for redemption against Rival 6. We're not going to misclick this time. Need to get set up to +6 here. This is why I was considering like whether it's time to heal. And I was like, no, we can 2-shot with Psychic at the end of the fight. Not a problem against Flareon. Let's go. First try Rival 6. Important. Time to execute. Gotta want it. Can't be afraid of not getting it. Gotta want it. Yeah, items. What can I throw away? These. All right, let's go. Plot armor for Poliwag. I don't know about that. If it's got plot armor, it's just because it's earned the plot armor through lots of attempts. I wasn't terrified. You were terrified. I have to say, I'll say it now that I've passed it. Having only 2 Psychic PP made running into any of these Victory Road trainers absolutely devastating. Like, game over. Instant loss if we had run into any of those trainers. Instant dead run. But it didn't happen. We executed well enough. Let's go, Lorelei. Come on. I'm going to use Hypnosis. I think it's the best play. I'm going to stick to my guns and use it. Meant to Psychic, but that's okay. We got her to sleep. It worked. Okay. No. Oh no. Oh no. Are you serious? Bruno? That's how this run ends, huh? Bruno. It's my fault. Was playing too greedy. Should have healed before the fight. It's brutal, though. Just absolutely brutal. We'll finish this out. We'll see what we get. Where are my full restores? Oh, I didn't heal before Bruno either. I didn't heal or save before Bruno. I disrespected him too much. And, yeah. I got completely wrecked because of it. Oh, man. An extra amnesia. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could have gotten hit an extra time by the, I could have been hit an extra time by the Onyx if I set up an extra amnesia. Not sure. Wrath of the Hiker. Yeah, I don't know. I think we got to call him Bruno. He killed the run that was on PB pace by about a minute. So I think we got to call him Bruno. Yeah. I'm sure all of you want to see what the end of this run looks like, though. So we'll finish this run, even though we're not on pace. Since we haven't actually let Poliwag be the champion yet today, we are going to do that. Yeah, the ominous comments you're gonna see, and it's going to be ridiculous. Oh, ridiculous. All right. Oh, champion candy. This makes ranges quite a bit better, actually. It does matter. I backported Bruno from gold silver. Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. If you get hit by a slash or an earthquake, by the way, it's just worth resetting because you will live through it, but it just does incredibly massive damage. Alrighty. This is what the fight looks like once we get set up to +6. It's pretty good. We 2-shot the Cloyster. Well, maybe a 3-shot with that crit. Oh no, still 2-shot. Nice. Probably range. Alright, GG. We got sub 42 at least. So, yeah. 1 minute and 5 seconds ahead at Lorelei. Against a 40-10 PB. Kind of tragic. We kind of had it in the bag, and then Bruno took it from us. Let's see what the in-game time was. 2:36. Yep. It's about 2:40 with no resets to get a 40-minute time. So without a reset, we should have been around 39 with this in-game time. 39 minutes flat, right around there. And yeah, we took too much time in resets because of Bruno. It is what it is. Those of you who have stuck with it that long, and actually a lot of you have. We've got looks like maybe very near peak viewership right now. Thank you for sticking with Poliwag for a little over 2 hours here. I'm sorry we weren't able to get it this time, but we will see if we can get it in the future. So, all right, good hanging out with you, everybody. We'll do this again, schedule permitting. So, see you all later. Bye bye.